Hey, shalom everyone. Good to see you again. I hope the lighting is good. Shabbat shalom. Here we are, Erev Parshat Vayera, Erev Shabbos Kodesh. Growing up, the modern Orthodox school I went to had different parts of their mission. One of the aspects of the mission was achrayut, responsibility. And I never really thought about it, but if you think about it, responsibility is a very, very important part of our life as Jews, right? We have responsibility towards God, we have responsibility towards our fellow Jewish people, we have responsibility towards fellow men, we have responsibility for ourselves. We believe in free will. Free will is all about responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, with great power comes great responsibility. That's quote Uncle Ben from the first Spider-Man movie back in 2002, right? That's what it all boils down to. And Avraham, really, we're in the middle of the Avraham cycle. Right, we have Parshat last week, Vayera. He was a little bit Noach also. So, and the Parshat Noach, Vayera, Chayesara. Right, so we're like right in the middle there. And a lot's going on this week's Parsha, by the way. You know, like, not only does Avraham this entire thing with these angels, doesn't only just pray for people of stone, not only does the whole Akedah happen, like he's almost sacrificing his son. But Yitzchak's also born, a child after many, many years. Something I can relate to when struggling with fertility-related issues. I'm going to speak more about that in my Giddy's Gift segment of the Strength and Fertility Instagram, if you follow that. A little plug for that. My wife's Instagram page. And so let's talk about the Parsha a little bit. Let's get back to the Parsha. Just sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So in this week's Parsha, right, one of the more famous things that happens is Avraham Avinu. He prays for the people of stone, right? And many commentators make the point that this is in contrast to Noach, who like Avraham, and God tells Avraham, right, that he's going to strip you with a stone. Avraham davens for them. Noach, on the other hand, when he's told that, when God tells him that the world's going to be destroyed by a flood, Noach is kind of like, okay. And the Torah mentions many points. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, he should feel better, he has cancer right now. Makes the point that in his podcast that, and many times the Torah just says kasher sigal Torah, like Noach basically did what he was told. Like, for goodness sakes, he doesn't even leave the ark until he gets a commandment from God to leave the ark. You know, Noach very much does exactly what he's told. No more, no less. Avraham, on the other hand, he takes communal responsibility for the people of Sodom, says Rabbi Jonathan Sachs. He prays for these people. He doesn't just stand by, you know, like when God gives the opportunity to pray to save people from a bitter destruction. He takes action. He davens. He prays to protect them, even though they're horrible, terrible people. He still does it, and it's an amazing thing. He takes that communal responsibility, and we know that we have a tradition that the generation of Torah really starts from Avraham Avinu, even though, I mean, he was the first Jew, even though, like, the giving the Torah hadn't happened yet. We do have a lot of commentators that believe that all the forefathers, they all kept the entire Torah, even rabbinic decrees like Eruv Tavshilin, which is basically like setting aside bread and an egg Um, so you can cook when Yom Tov, when a holiday falls before Shabbat. When normally you're not allowed to prepare for one day of Yom Tov to the next, or Yom Tov to Shabbat. It allows you to do that. So like they even did that. So according to many commentators, still like he is definitely the first Jew, like Kuli Alma, according to everybody, and he really teaches us this importance of communal responsibility. This is especially important for now, for what we're going through right now as a Jewish people, as the world, you know, like one of the main aspects of this pandemic is, are you taking communal responsibility? You know, and it's not just Avram; it's something that we've always believed as Jews. Countless examples in the Haftorah, for example, Elisha does everything to help this Eshes Shunamit, this woman have a child, and when the child dies, he prays that the child should come back to life, and the miracle happens, this child comes back to life. Countless examples, even in more recent times during the cholera epidemic. There are countless stories. In Halach Man, I believe, Rav Soloveitchik makes the point, or Rav Soloveitchik, makes the point that when his father became the Rav, I believe, Kavno, his grandfather, Chaim Brisker, told him that your main mission is to look over the more vulnerable people in the community. That's your main job as rabbi of the community. It's a role as Jewish leaders. We don't just stand by. Moshe Rabbeinu, he sees two Egyptians. He sees an Egyptian beating a Jewish person. He stands up for him. He doesn't just watch this happen. He doesn't all go he doesn't go all the people in the building in front of Katie Genevieve's getting murdered, and it's oh, someone else will take care of it. No, he does his part to do it. And for us, one easy way we can do it, and I know it's not super easy because it's uncomfortable and whatever and stressful, but not that complicated. So if you wear a mask, you can save the more vulnerable people in your community. That old man dominating with you in Minyan, you could save his life, bro, or sister, or whatever. You can really make a difference. It's a big deal. And I don't know for sure. I'm no prophet, but Rabbi Sachs also makes an important point that mankind has always sort of struggled with communal responsibility and responsibility in general, right? Adam, when he sins and he eats from the tree, he says, hey, God gives the opportunity to do teshuvah, to repent for his actions. He says, it wasn't my fault, it was the woman you gave me. He blames God, he blames Chava. He doesn't take responsibility for his actions. Same thing with Cain. Cain, he kills his brother. He's I didn't have a choice. I'm my brother's keeper. And I had to kill him. He doesn't take responsibility for the fact that I murdered someone. So mankind has always kind of failed with this responsibility, and maybe now we have the opportunity to really, really deep level, by not always doing so much even, we can really take that communal responsibility and maybe even fix the world and bring us towards Mashiach. Because don't we say Mashiach comes from as sort of a tikkun, as sort of a fixing for the, in quotation marks, original sin of Adam. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I just have to try my best to do communal responsibility, and I wish the same, and I wish to give us all a bracha that we should all take responsibility for others. If there's someone looking for a job, do your part to help them find a job. If there's your family has the coronavirus themselves, like, are you going to try and maybe help them get food or something? If you feel comfortable and safe to go to a minion, maybe try and help that minion that's struggling. You know? Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. V'rach.